Oh. Mm. Okay. Mm. Still got my band on my arm. Whew. Hey everybody, I'm home. Mm. Mm. I was home this evening. Woo. Oh, check out this, y'all. Check out this Jamaican cup I got at the Goodwill. Isn't that cute? So shout out to let me see what cities are on here. Port Maria, Ochoria. I've been to Ochorias before. Spanish owned. OYM. I've never been there. Castleton, Port Antonio, Kingston, Mandeville, Jamaica. I think these are like the tourist areas. Falmouth, Montego Bay. I've been there. Yeah, I think this is people who've been on like anybody from Jamaica watching. Yes, Montego Bay. I've been to Montego Bay and Ocho Rio. But being that I'm a Batty boy, I would never go to Kingston, Jamaica. No. No, I want to make it out of there. How the hell do I remove this? Making people, how do I remove this when people becoming, they be like my number one fans, and like, I don't even know who the hell they are. I got to find out how to change that. It must be in my settings. Anyway, for those who didn't get the memo, I just got back from the hospital. Didn't have COVID, didn't have strep throat. They just had a bad cold or something. Some kind of virus is going around. But can you retype that? Because you say do your makeup. So retype what you're saying. Are you asking a question? Yeah. Are you asking a question or are you? Because I'm not quite understanding what you're saying. Hey V. Well, I don't know if I look better. Don't tell me what to put on. You send me $100, I'll put my makeup on. I sure will, and do a show for you. Until then, shut up. Don't tell me what to do. How about that? I'll be in Atlanta for Thanksgiving. I'm sure you won't be there. I'm sure you'll be out and about somewhere. I already got my hotel room booked. Yep. I'll be there for 6 days, I think. Yeah. 6 days. Yeah. Well, Olivia, I only do shows when I'm doing comedy. I've been sick. Don't you have a little sympathy? I just got out the hospital. You don't have no sympathy? That's okay. Yeah, the doctor, she came in and she said, you don't have COVID. Okay, Coco. Yeah, I still don't feel well. But I'm glad I know I don't have COVID. Oh, okay. You need I don't need the wristband anymore. No, I don't, but I have it on my hand. Is it okay if I is it okay? Yeah, she gave me some something to put up on my tongue and an inhaler. And an inhaler. That was it. But she said pretty much everybody was in there for COVID. But not bad symptoms, but COVID or either the flu. Hmm. Yeah. I am. I'm eating this hot soup and I got my tea. Look, y'all, look. Did y'all see this? Look. My Jamaican cup. Hmm. My Jamaican cup. Like I said, I've been to Ocho Rios. I've been to Cayman Islands. Well, no, not Cayman Island. What's the other one? I've been to Ocho Rios and I've been to what's the other one? Montego Bay. Yeah, I've been to Montego Bay. But I ain't going to no Kingston, honey. No, ma'am, honey. They don't like the girls over there. Oh, you did? Okay. You say you look better without the makeup. Jen, I'm a comedian. That makeup is for comedy. That's for comedy, darling. It's a comedy skit. But I do know how to apply my makeup now, if that's what you're wanting to know. I do know how to apply makeup when I want to. But when I'm just on here clowning with everybody, then, but I do know how to apply my makeup. Well, well, something happened here. Hold on, let me go back. Okay, there we go. Something happened. Yeah, but I do know how to apply my makeup. Yeah. Thank you for subscribing. Don't try to. Hey, Paulette, how you doing? Hey, Joshua. Thank you, Miss Nova, and thank you to all the people that sent a little something to my cash app. I'll make sure I pay y'all that back. I just didn't have any money to get there, and I feel like been bothered with nobody. So I had called my friend, right? And the one that I told you I don't like to ask him for something unless I really, really need him for something. And I was just joking with him. I said, "Child, I went to the hospital. Why didn't you check me?" Ah, bitch, you didn't tell me. Bitch, I said, "Girl, I'm just joking, girl. I got there, honey. My subscribers helped me get there." Don't you hate when you ask somebody to do something for you and they make the biggest deal out of it? Like, mm-mm. I'd rather beg for somebody to give me some money than go ask somebody to give me a hard time about why I needed them to do something for me. Mm-mm. And just pay them back when I can. Nope. Y'all been through that before. You ever had somebody do something for you and they make the biggest deal out of it? And it's the same person that told me, "Oh, they're not gonna let you play over there because you don't play good enough." But I got fired. I got hired to play this past Sunday, but I was sick, so I didn't go. Wait till he find out. hmm Messy. Yep. Said I wasn't good enough. They hired me right on the spot. Hired me right on the spot. And then, hello, my grandparents are named Lucas. So maybe that, well, yeah, actually, yeah, Lucas is my grandparents' last name. Well, I have Lucas's, Fletcher's, Dumas's. Lucas in my family, Fletcher, Dumas, Lucas, Fletcher, Dumas, Johnson's in my family, and Williams. So I guess Lucas came from Amsterdam. And I still love him to death, but I can't wait till he find out I'm playing for the church. Yeah. And then there was another church. And you know what kills me is it's another church here. They said, "Oh, we ain't had a musician in 10 years." So okay, well, I guess they'll be hitting me up real soon. Them hoes waited 2 months. Um, we was calling you to, baby. I'm working for another church now. Y'all need to get off my motherfucking phone. Do you know if I was the pastor of the church, Teresa, what dance videos? You talking about when I used to do the celebrities in the other room? Teresa, you talking about how far back you going? because I don't do that anymore because it wasn't bringing any traffic to my live. All right, it's time to start removing people. Okay, gonna remove this person as well. But anyway, Teresa, you say I seem halfway intelligent. Yeah, I'm very intelligent, but not halfway. I'm so intelligent, I know how to block you. Bye-bye. But guess what? I graduated from high school. But what about all the people that didn't and that are multi-millionaires now? Baby, don't you let that diploma stop you from doing what you want to do. Don't you think just because you got a diploma, bitch, you gonna get the world or a college education. Now, I'm not knocking anybody who doesn't have a college education, but baby, Google how many celebrities didn't finish high school. I finished high school, but some people do and don't do well, and some people don't and do better than the ones that did. And college degrees too. So yeah, but don't get your education though. Yeah, get your education. Hello, Christina from Canada. You tell me that all the time, and I just love you. Mm-hmm. Educated fools. I want to say RuPaul didn't finish school, but no, I want to encourage everybody to finish school. Now, I just wasn't. I didn't went into college and all that. I was just trying to finish high school so I could get my ass out of this town. But yeah. Let me tell y'all what the Uber driver said yesterday. I got in the car. No, it was today, but it was earlier today when I went to repay my phone bill. Y'all, my day started out so crazy. So let me tell y'all what happened. Okay, so I had the money on my card. So if you, I love RuPaul, yeah. So like if you try to pay your bill too many times, they'll block your account. For some reason, I didn't realize I had blocked Metro PCS. I didn't realize they were blocked. Hold on, put on my glasses so I can see these comments. You said it's true about educated fools. That's not, yeah. But yeah, we're not knocking people who have an education. We're just saying, But anyway, so my day started out. Oh shit, I turned up my phone. So my day started out, my phone was off. I had the money and I tried to pay it. They said, you've been blocked for 72 hours. Well, bitch. So I said, well, let me call on my other phone, because I called on my other phone. I said, oh, I'm getting through. And when I tried to pay the bill, they said, you have been blocked. You have to go into the store. Well, me being sick, I didn't really want to get out and go. I lied to the lady. I know I was wrong for saying that. I said, ma'am, I don't feel good. I think I got COVID and I just don't want to get out. And can you please help me pay my bill? Baby, that didn't work, honey. That did not work. I only do comedy shows every week, but right now I just got out the hospital, so I'm not doing a comedy show right now. So, bitch, it didn't work. They told me I need to let me take this thing up here for somebody to clock my information on here. Child, I just thought about that. Anyway, so honey, I'm just crying like I'm crying. Honey, it didn't work. So I said, okay, well, I am. Thank you, mate. So I said, well, I didn't do the show last night because I got a little caught up. Got a little emotional, and I got off the live. So I didn't want to bring nobody else down, so I just got off the live. And I realized, okay, bitch, you just finished this live, bitch, you didn't make no extra coins, honey. So I said, oh well. So, but see, I didn't know my phone was gonna be cut off. Good morning. So when I woke up, I said, well, I got just enough money to go pay my phone bill, get a few groceries, and then come home. So it's the Lord had already blessed me before I even got in the Uber. I called the Uber and not the Uber, the Lyft. I got in. No, was it Uber? I think Uber is who I called. No, it was Lyft, and they paid for my Lyft. They paid for my Lyft. I know who Edna Dane. Edna Dane is. I loved Edna Dane, and and so so that was a blessing. So that was like $8 or $9, $10 to the store from where I live. I said, "Oh, good, I can take that and use that for free groceries." So that was a blessing. And then I got there, paid the bill. I paid my bill, and then I went to the grocery store. I was able to get a few things, and then I don't buy groceries, by the way, y'all. I go out to eat all the time, so I don't buy a lot of groceries. Now, when it starts to get real cold, then I'll start buying a few things. But I don't like to cook. And so I was able to get a few things, and then I had $5. Well, I called the Uber first, or the Lyft. I think it was the Lyft. I called them first, so and then I had a few extra dollars, for me to get what I need. And I came home. And then when I got here, I just got worse. And I was thinking, well, I don't want to bother nobody to take me to the hospital. I don't feel like bothering with no goddamn body. I said, I'm just gonna come on inside and let my family get me where I need to get and just pay somebody back. And I got on here and I did that. And then, like I said, I went there. They told me I didn't have COVID. And so now I'm back home. I'm back home now. But they did give me that what you call it? They gave me that thing for me to puff in every 4 to 6 hours. I don't know. But thank you guys. I'm back home and I'm gonna get me some rest. And oh God, hold on. Ooh, took me forever to take that thing off. Yeah, the inhaler. I think I left it in the front room. I need to go get it. Yeah, they gave me the inhaler. I thought they was gonna give me something like, no, we don't give you antibiotics. That's what the lady said. No, the guy said no, we don't do antibiotics. You just have to fight it off or whatever. Well, what the fuck is antibiotics for then? They made them for a reason. But yeah. But see, I live in a small town, so wow. Oh yeah, that was a night. Oh, and I forgot to tell y'all about my other blessing. So yeah, well, when I lived in Houston, I asked my doctor for whatever I want. She give it to me. No, they didn't give me no IV fluids. They did not. But anyway, so when I got home, I said, "Where did all this tissue come from?" Let me see. Did I take a picture of it? Let me see. Let me see. I think I took a picture of it. No, maybe I didn't. No, I didn't. So, no, I didn't. It was, thank you, Nefertari. Now, I can't sing right now because I'm not feeling good. But I got you on the next time. Um, so I got home. Here, let me show it to y'all. And I said, well, where the hell did this come from? And my neighbors say, they dropped it off and said your name. I'm like, girl, I didn't order nothing. Let me show y'all. Look, this was by my front door. So I'm not gonna touch it. I'm gonna wait a week because I got tissue and stuff. But I'm like, where did that come from? And then my neighbor said, they said my name. It was from Walmart, and they dropped it off. What? Oh, Santa came early. I just thought about that. Y'all, Santa Claus came early. Let's all sing my favorite Christmas song, Chestnuts Roasting on an Open Fire. That's it. We don't need to sing anything else, just the chest and the nuts. Yes. Thank you, Santa. But yeah, that was the blessing, but I ain't gonna touch it until I know it's clear. No, I ain't gonna claim it. I'm gonna leave it right there. I'm gonna leave it there until somebody. Yeah, I'm gonna wait a week before I touch it. Can you imagine me going to jail for taking somebody? But and see, the thing is, where I live at, it's a it's a door and a back door, and they think it's the front door, but it's not. And a woman was gonna leave it at the back door, baby. This area over here, they cleaning up this area over here, but you say you're good to see the real you. I like. Now, if y'all send some super chats, I'll get up and play the piano and put a wig on there. Now, trust me. Are you from Nigeria? No, I'm not. I could be. I don't know. I've never done the DNA before. Hell, I might be from Zimbabwe. Shit, I don't know. My parents' grandmothers, my grandparents' names were Fletchers and Dumas. Hello, Fletchers and Dumas. Well, I already know Dumas is French. Fletcher, I don't know where that name came from. Dumas. That's in my family, and yeah, that is definitely a Creole name. And now on my dad's side are Johnsons. Now my stepfather was a Nowlin. It's Nowlin, but that's my stepdad. Yeah, he raised me. But the Johnson side of my family is my biological father. No, I've been sick, darling. I just got out the hospital. I'm sorry. But like I say, somebody sent a super chat. It don't take me long to throw in a wig and yeah, do a couple of songs. I'm always looking to put something on the super chat. I feel a little better than I did before I went there. They gave me some medication to put up under my tongue. So I don't know what the fuck that's for. Let me go get it. Let's see. And my inhaler. I'm supposed to inhale that every 4 to 6 hours. Uh, where is it? Oh, okay. Here is, well, PT, you done already lost the shit? Hold on. Why would we be related? Are you a Johnson or Fletcher or a Dumas? Okay, y'all, where is my inhaler? What did I do with it? Damn. Cuckoo. Oh, look here, this down here. No, it's not even. Oh, here it is. I got it. Oh, you said, have you heard that theory? Probably nitro if it's your heart. Glad to see you feeling better. I'm not feeling better just yet. Yeah. Uh-oh. Well, girl, okay, so these are the pills that they gave me to put up under my tongue. Let me tell you what they are. No, I just got out the hospital. Oh yeah, but my Johnson family, they in Austin. They in Austin. Well, I heard Austin and San Antonio, and yeah, but my father passed away. So they gave me these to put up under my tongue, and these are for. Hmm, they're I don't know what they're for, but I think they told me for like, I don't know. But shit, they sweet. They taste sweet. Shit. See, that's how folks get addicted to shit. Oh yeah, that's what it's for. Nasi. Yeah, that's how people get addicted to this shit. Girl, you ought to taste one of these. It's sweet. Allergies, no known drug allergies. That's what they said. It's a tab rising something. Yeah, oral tablet to prevent nausea and vomiting. But I'm not. And then they say caused by a cancer drug treatment, but I don't have cancer. So I don't know. But anyway, child, I don't even have, I'm not even nauseated. What the fuck? Come on, doctors, get on y'all shit now. What y'all doing? Yeah, but anyway, I'll take them because they sweet. And where is my inhaler? I need to have that. Need to find that. I think it's down here. I don't know what I did with the inhaler. Lord Jesus. Oh, Lord. Here's the inhaler. PT. Oh, it might be in my pocket. Let me see. Is it in my pocket? No, it's not in my pocket. Let me see what I did with my inhaler. I tell you, I'm so unorganized, and my house is a fucking mess. I got shit everywhere. So once I start feeling better, this house gonna be spotless. Okay, I don't see my inhaler, and I know I got it. It's got to be in here somewhere. It might be right up under me, child. Let me see. No. Don't see it. That's real good, PT. Just lose the inhaler as soon as you get here. Really see black? You're doing too much. You're doing a little bit too much now. Well, y'all, I have lost the inhaler. I don't know what I did with it. I don't see it on the floor. It's not in my bag. Damn. Shit. Move all this stuff out the way. I don't see it. Did I go to the bathroom? I wonder did I leave it when I went to go check my mail. I wonder did I leave it? No. When I got here, I went to check my mail. So I'm thinking maybe I left it in the bathroom over there. So that means I'm going to have to leave, go over there and see. I don't see it. Let me check one other place. Here's the thing right here. Here's the box. Just cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I've been like that all my life. I've never... I found it. I found it. Cuckoo. Cuckoo. I need to get that little sound. Cuckoo. My best friend has that on his phone in Austin. in Dallas. I got it. I found it, y'all. I've got it. I've got it. All right, charging up my phone here. And don't y'all say nothing about my motherfucking curtains, cause the two burgundy do match, but they're too light. The sun comes through there, so I had to put that dark one up there. I need to find me some dark curtains. That's what I need. Some dark curtains, honey. Whew. Whew. Oh. So let's read some of these comments. See if anybody tried to throw a ball this way and I didn't see it. Okay. Somebody said the VIX is under your foot. Uh, okay. Nope. Yeah, I need the blackout curtains. Yeah. You know, I'm a different type of gay. You ain't gonna see no pink headboard, no stars. I'm very much a male out of doing my makeup and stuff. I'm just straight dude. You don't see nothing girly in my house. You know, I gotta tell y'all a story time. Y'all ready to laugh? I know I do. I told you I'm just a straight dude. Like I don't have no pictures. I don't have nothing. So let me tell y'all a story. So back when I was first started doing shows and drag and stuff, it's like a taboo thing, kind of like a taboo thing in the community. And one time I met this guy, and we were dating and stuff, and I hadn't told him that I did drag yet. So, so one day he came over. We was hanging out and stuff. I'm doing better now. I'm at home. Yeah. So he came over and we was just hanging out and stuff, reading the Bible. And so, thank you. So how he ended up, maybe he was just laying across my bed or something. I don't know. This happened way back in the 90s. And he happened to be laying across my bed and he looked up under my bed and said, "Whose women's shoes are these?" I said, "Oh, that's my sister's." Whoa, Lord Jesus. He said, "Your sister got a big ass foot." I said, I said, "My whole family's big." Yes, I hadn't been in some situation. I mean, one time, okay, so you know how female impersonators, they contour. Like, if you don't have these, like me, I don't, we contour. We put a little brown here and makes it look like, they're really those. And so I was in Memphis. I was being fast, and I had a little friend one night, and I forgot to, well, I showered, but I guess some of this was still on me, like the chest. And he said, "Yo, what's that on your chest?" I said, "Oh, I had surgery, and I'm getting my chest worked on and stuff." I said, "I had the contour on my chest." Oh, some of the situations I have been in, honey, when it comes to drag. Uh, I remember one time before my mom knew I did shows. I'm sure she did. She came over and she left. I started getting painted my face. About about 20 minutes later, "Who is it?" "It's your mama." I opened the door. "I gotta tell you something. I forgot to." Baby, I took that makeup off so fast. So for about 40 years. I started in the early 80s. But baby, I took that makeup off so fast. I remember when I first asked my mom to come to my drag show, I didn't think she would come, but she came. I cried. Oh my God, I cried. I cried so hard. I said, "Mama, I've been doing this for years, Mama. I've been doing this for a long time." Well, I had been doing it since the 80s, but it was my 15-year anniversary, and she said, "How come?" I was shocked. I could not believe it. And here we are in the back of the club when the club over. She said, "Yeah, my son think this is my first time at a drag club. I done been to the show. We used to go watch Miss Shanita and them." Like, what? Miss Shanita? What? I know, y'all. I'm gonna get some on my wall. I'm waiting on Santa. I've been looking for some pictures, but I ain't put nothing up there yet. I told y'all I'm very boy. I'm very boyish. Mm, I'm very boyish. Are you white? What's your name? What's your name? Maker 69. Are you white? Oh no, it didn't. But baby, that didn't happen overnight. Oh no, no, ma'am, honey. No, ma'am, honey. My mama did, baby. That did not happen overnight. Mm-mm. That took some time. Mm-mm. Because she was like going to hell and you're gonna need Jesus. And, mm-hmm. But every year on my birthday, she calls me crying. I love you, and I'm so sorry. I'm like, Mama, hush. You're a mother, and you don't want. It ain't just you don't want your son being gay. You don't want your son being a lot of things: a liar, a whoremonger, a cheater. You know. Well, I don't think I look like Magic Johnson. Let's ask the audience in here. Do y'all think I look like Magic Johnson? Baby, you got to be smoking weed or something. Magic Johnson is dark, and I'm light skinned. I really never came out. Mm-mm. I never really came out. I just living my life, being who I want to be. Man, I never said told my mom I was gay. But I remember one time I was in Atlanta. That's when I met Easy E at the when I was working for Marriott back then. Baby, ain't no Magic Johnson here. You been smoking weed, baby? Are you in California? so, so I was working for the Marriott then. I worked at night, housekeeping manager, and I uh, this broke me down, y'all. It just took me for a loop. So I'm in there. I'm in a hotel working. You know, Thanksgiving is a very, very, very holiday-ish family type of moment. You know, and I was working in a hotel and living in Atlanta, and I looked over and I saw these families. And I just broke down crying. And I said, I want to go home. I want to be with my family. You know, and I just cried. And I called my aunt on the payphone, and she's like, "You don't have to cry." And I said, "I love y'all, but y'all just, I don't feel comfortable around my family." Da 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 da. No, you always can come home, and we love you. And my mom was like, "You know, you can come home. We love you." Oh, that just broke me down. Oh, you know, when I saw that family together, you know, it just broke me down. And then later in life, you know, me and my mom, you know, uh, so my first cousin, she all of a sudden she was a stud. I don't know where that came from. She's not a stud no more. And then her son came out. Then her other son came out. My sister came out. Well, my sister, she not really. She go with the wind, honey. Whichever way the wind blows, whatever way my sister go. But so Mama, you know, through the years, and Mama has every right to believe that God, and I believe that God created a man for a woman. I've never said he didn't. And I know that he created Adam and Eve. How stupid I would be to say, well, God didn't make no Adam for Eve. How stupid does that sound? How would we get here if there had been no goddamn woman? That's stupid. I just don't feel like Eve is for me. Okay. so so through the years, me and my mom, you know, we had ups and our downs and stuff like that. But we finally, we got through it. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell y'all. So tonight I called her at the hospital. And y'all know I'm a jokester. I get it from my stepdad. And so I called her. I said, Mama, she said, what is it? What is going on? What's wrong? I said, oh, they say I'm pregnant. She's boy, if you get your ass out my phone. I said, Mama, I'm fine. I don't have COVID or anything. She said, oh, well, that's good. Well, she said, I can go to sleep now. Let me know when you make it to the house. But she just laughed. But me and my mom are very close now. She always talks about now she talks about I gotta be careful what I say because I know somebody watching in my family. Hmm. Well, no, she tells me. Well, I remember when I moved back home, which I left Houston, and God knows I miss Houston so much. And she said, "I'm so glad you came back to help me move because I don't know what I would have did without you." You know, it's just like if you only knew the things we went through when I was younger. And I understand how my mother felt. I mean, nobody wants their son to be gay. Nobody wants their son to be anything they don't want him to be. We had a rough time. I mean, we had a really, really rough time. And to hear my mama tell me that, it just really, it just really threw me for a loop. I'm talking about the same woman that said she was going to kick me out for being gay and, all that kind of stuff. And, but we good now. We are good now. Uh, I'm not a doctor. If you ask me that again, I'm gonna block you. But yeah, but we good now. I'm trying to get my views and numbers up on YouTube because I want to pay her rent for her birthday. Her birthday's in October. I've never paid my mom's rent, and I want to pay her rent for her. Hmm. I want to pay her rent for her birthday. Yep, all by myself. But so, but yeah, we good. And then I had my cousin that I was telling y'all about. That was um, here's another story time. So my first cousin, her and I were. She was the one who always supported me for being, part of the Rainbow Mafia. So, so she, as time went through, I remember when I got a letter from Leroy. Y'all remember Leroy from Fame? Baby, I was at Hog Heaven. He sent me. Well, it wasn't just from me, but it was a fan base, fan mail, and they sent a picture. I was so in love with. I was so in love with Gene. Link. What was his name? Ray Gene. So I was so in love with that boy, and so so my cousin who supported me through the years, as time went through, and like yeah, Leroy from Fame, yeah, she was telling me that now they left my hometown when her two boys were like, oh God, it was like 6, 5, 7. They were very young, and they left and moved to California. And she would always tell me, she said, I think my son is gay. I said, well, what you gonna do about it? I mean, you supported me all them years, but I know it's different when it's your son. She said, well, girl, she's called me girl. He doing this and he just his way. And she would send me pictures of him. He was much older, then I said, yeah, I think he got the rainbow on him like that. And I said, well, you just have to see what happens, just try to support him and love him. And, hell, you was a stud at one time. So they end up moving back to Texas. I haven't seen them since they were like 6 or 7. They were little bitty boys, and so they moved back. I hadn't seen them, but I've seen pictures of her son, her oldest son. I heard he was back in Texas. I heard he was in Houston or somewhere, but I haven't seen him. So we had Dallas Gay Pride in Dallas, downtown Dallas, and I'm standing outside on the mic. I'm on the mic, and here comes this young guy, walks up to me. Hey, cuz, who are you? It's your cousin. Who? Remember, I haven't seen her since they was little bitty boys. He said, it's Frank. put my arms around him. I said, I need to talk to you. I want to talk to you. I want to sit down and talk to you. I'm going to tell you about this lifestyle. I'm going to tell you about this lifestyle. Have you told your mom? He said, no. I said, well, I'm not going to say nothing to her. You need to tell your mom, and you need to be honest with her. So we became very close, and he ended up moving to Dallas. Yeah, he told his mom, and he ended up moving to Dallas. And I told him, I had long talks with him, and I told him, I said, don't do drugs, don't get in trouble, use protection, and just try to do right. I said, look at your cousin. Look at your cousin. Look how long I've been around. I came out in the 80s, you know what I mean? And, he listened to me, but next thing you know, he started hanging around the wrong people. He got on drugs, and I had to put him out. Oh, God. And he ended up getting sick. And I told him, I said, there's medication out there. You need to take your medication and just try to live. But then here comes his mama. He supposedly got saved. The Lord gonna heal him, yeah. And I said, well, listen, I've been around a long time. I know a lot of people that got HIV, honey. I ain't never known nobody get cured. Now they undetectable. I said, boy, you need to take your motherfucking medication. So me and his mama fell out. We didn't talk. We haven't talked to this day. And see, when he wasn't taking his medication, when you don't take your medication, you fucking up your kidneys. So he ended up getting on dialysis. But see, bitch, I was getting the tea. He was still messing around with guys, still doing drugs, but trying to please his mama. And I told him, I said, you got to be yourself. You can't fake and shake. You got to be yourself. But his mama was delusional, thinking that he, hold on one second. His mama was delusional, thinking that, oh, he's saved, and I'm okay with you getting saved, but you need to get saved and take your motherfucking medication. You follow me? So, unfortunately, hold on. Unfortunately, he got worse. Oh, my nose is doing. So, unfortunately, he got worse. Did somebody just send me some money? Oh, thank you, thank you, Angie. So, so he got worse. He got on dialysis. But see, I had already knew the tea that he was still doing drugs, and you can't mix drugs with not just HIV. You can't mix drugs with alcohol, and these young kids, they be doing that real crazy shit. You know what I mean? That real crazy shit. And unfortunately, he died. And I was so hurt. I remember him walking up to me and gave pride. And I hugged him and I told him that I loved him, and if he ever needed me for anything, that I would be there for him. But he just totally went to the right. His life just went left. Yeah. And so I got mad as mom. I still love her, but we haven't spoke. Me and his mom have not spoke since he died. Because okay, so he went to this church. He was supposedly a preacher. Why the fuck y'all can't? Why this church can't pay for this boy's funeral? Why? You know, why the why the church that took him under his wings and y'all said he was a preacher and God called him? Why y'all can't pray? Why is my cousin sitting there, on ice? I wasn't. I wasn't gonna go to the funeral, but my mom made me go. She made me go. She made me go, and I wasn't gonna go. But yeah, rest in peace, Frank. Yeah, and now he has his brother's gay too, but he's strung out. Strung out. Moderators, let's block people. Strung out. Yeah. So if I ran into my cousin and I was in my 40s, he had to been in his 20s. You know, tell y'all a story. I'm going to Atlanta for Thanksgiving, and I told this story the other day. I don't know if y'all heard it. That the hotel we stayed at in Atlanta, the young guy, he was so handsome. I had a little crush on him, and he was about 40 something years old, and he ran that whole hotel, baby, the whole hotel. Hmm. Oh no, I don't do drugs. I ain't never done no. If I had done drugs, y'all, I'd been dead a long time ago. I don't do no drugs. And so I had called because I'm going to Atlanta for Thanksgiving, and I love this hotel. Y'all gonna love it because I got a little balcony and everything, and it's really like an apartment because you have the stove, refrigerator, and when I go to Atlanta, I always go and shop breakfast food because I don't we always go out to eat when we go to Atlanta, but I don't like to get up. They have good breakfast in the morning, but I don't like to get up, so I'd rather just go to yeah, it's very busy. So I'd rather just go to Kroger's. We go to Kroger's off of Ponce Deli. Shout out to Ponce Deli on in Atlanta. So we just go to the Kroger's off of Ponce and buy up groceries, for while we're there, the 6 days or 5 or 6 days while we're there. Because I hate getting up early in the morning just to eat their breakfast. And then their eggs give me gas. So, so but anyway, so when I start going there like 4 5 years ago, the manager guy, he was there, little young guy. And I said, man, you're a really intelligent young man. You running this hotel and I said, mm-hmm. I said, ain't no telling what else you doing why these folks leave this hotel. Yeah, he was thinking the guys in and out. Yeah, I had got the tea on that. And so when we called the other day, one of the guys is still there. I said, well, where's so and so at? Child, he got fired. Huh? He got fired for what? PT, he said he got on drugs. Mm, mm, mm. 40 something years old, y'all. Got on drugs in Atlanta. Got on drugs, was having guys in and out the hotel, smoking crack, lost his apartment, lost his car, and lost everything. I thank God for covering my life and my soul when I was out in them streets. God. I used to walk up and down the streets of Houston, jumping in and out of cars, meeting different guys and stuff. I could have easily got on drugs. I could have easily got killed. But he must have had his head over my life. He had to have his head over my life to let me live this long. Woo. 40 years old and you done lost everything. He lost everything. And the guy said he paid $5,000 to move into these apartments that he had in Atlanta off of Piedmont. If y'all know anything about Piedmont Avenue, you know it's a nice area because I used to live off Sidney Marcus, and that's a nice area. He lost everything. All I can do is pray for him, pray that he bounces back. And they say, the guy was telling me that, ooh, my nose is running. They say it got so bad that he was asking his parents for money. And say now he was in his 40s, so them little 20 and 30, them little 20 and 21 and 22-year-old boys was using him for everything. And I said, well, when the last time y'all? Oh, and so the whole, everybody got fired at the hotel except him and another lady because they was trying to protect him. They was letting him stay at the hotel and stuff like that. And they found out and they fired the whole staff. Yeah. And they said, yeah, people could say what they want to about me, but I know I was, cause somebody prayed for me. I'm telling you. Yeah, I used to jump in and out of cars. I ain't got to go into details, but you know what I did when I was young? I did what I had to do to survive. Um, in running in and out of cars, doing all kind of stuff. I just never did no drugs. And I remember one time I was in Dallas and there was a guy, he was always poloed down and nice, and he had a nice job, nice car. And I was driving. I said, boy, what did you doing? What did you doing over here? And I already knew what it was. I just wanted him to tell me. He said, PT. I said, are you okay, baby? Give me a hug. I got out the car and hugged him. He said, yeah, PT, I got on drugs. How? He said he would pick up tricks and they be smoking crack, and he got addicted to the crack. And I just cried. I just gave him a big hug and cried. And last time I saw him, he was still on the streets. He might be he might be dead now. He might be dead now. Yep. So, and again, I wasn't innocent, but and I really wasn't a sexual. I did my things, but I wasn't like sleeping with anything and everybody because I didn't want no diseases, bitch. Okay, and I always used a condom. And not in the beginning. I'll be honest. When I first came out, everybody was doing what they was doing, but I grew up and I learned. You can't be doing this stuff because baby, it's other things out there besides HIV. It was a friend of mine. He rest in peace. Bill was very promiscuous. He was really out there, and he moved from San Antonio to Austin, and he was somewhat in the closet, but he was very churchy. I think we met through church, and he loved PT, and he came to see my shows, and he just went wild when he came to Austin. And I used to tell him, um, boy, you better slow your ass down. You better slow your ass down. And Bill had got so bad off, he ended up getting HIV. He ended up getting syphilis. I mean, one day we was, yeah, we all got a pass. One day was, yeah, I've been to California for Lunel's birthday, so we was all sitting around, and I said, Bill, go over there, give me them shoes right there, and cause I saw that he couldn't see, and I said, this bitch is going blind, and so I said, Bill, you need to go to the doctor. You need to go and find out, and yeah, he had syphilis, and he was going blind. Mm, yeah, so. Yeah, my first time in LA was when I met Lunel. Well, no, I met Lunel before then, but her birthday party. I love LA. I wanted to come back. Some lady was on here when I first started doing my little comedy routine. To oh, PT, you so funny. I'm gonna get you booked at the comedy club in LA, and I ain't heard from her since. Yeah, he had it for a while. Yeah, he's deceased now. He dead now. Hmm. And all four of my close friends. So if y'all ever see me with the guy name, I'm always talking about Chase. Me and Chase. Okay, so when I first moved to Houston, it was Lee, Michael, Clayton, and Donald. Those four. And then me made five. Clay Chase wasn't even around. This was like the 80s. So Lee was the one who took me to Conroe when his roommate tried to kill me, and I didn't have anywhere to go. And so that's how I ended up moving to Conroe, Texas. And so anyway, we were all friends. Unfortunately, they all got on drugs. Yes, child, they was sitting there doing coke and everything, shooting up in front of me. And I just looked at them like, girl, y'all girls know better than that. And so they end up, every last one of them were on dialysis. They all were on dialysis. They all, you know, um, even though they were positive, that's not really what killed them. Being on dialysis is what killed them because they had to, the dialysis. That shit'll kill you. And so my friend who I'm very close to now, I have two close friends. It was Craig who lives in Dallas. That's who brought me home. That's what it's Chase. It's Craig, and then it's Chase. Because I knew Craig before Chase. I met Craig when Craig was in college. We've been friends ever since. Then Chase came later. So me and Chase are the only two that's still around from those four guys who passed away. Oh, I got a childhood memory where there was no favorite. And the only thing that's saving, can y'all hit the damn like button? Why do I have to put on a wig and sing for y'all to hit the like button? So, so anyway, um, what was I going to say? Oh, so one of my craziest childhood moments was me and this guy we were together. But he was in the closet. He was on the down low, both in the same grade. And we was doing our do whatever. I think we was like 17, 16, 17. But he was very much in the closet. Everybody knew I was a punk back then. Back then they call you punks. In New Orleans they say punks, but in Texas we say punks. That's a punk. So anyway, so somehow he got wind that him and I was messing around. So he decided that he wanted to out me. And so he told me to meet him at this little house that we used to go. Y'all know y'all used to go play house. Don't act like I'm the only one that play house. So I went to go meet him there. He wasn't there, so I figured, well, he'll be here in a minute. Oh, he came, bitch. Hey, Sheila, thank you. Oh, he came. Oh, did he come? But he came with about 30 or 40 other motherfuckers from the neighborhood. Uh-huh. Yeah, he in there. I told you he was a punk. He wanted me to meet him here. That was the worst, probably one of the worst things that happened to my life. So I ended up leaving the house, embarrassed, running away, and I hid for a long time. And I remember hiding in the bushes, and I could hear my older brother saying, "Where you at? Where you at? You need to come home. We love you. Da 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 da. Come home, come home." But I was embarrassed for my family. I live in a small town, you know, and I was embarrassed for my family more than anything. And so I finally came home, and these motherfuckers had the nerves to come to my house. They had the nerves to come to my house, and my mom. Luckily, my daddy wasn't there because he would have shot their asses. My stepdaddy didn't play now. And so, and my mom said, y'all need to get away from here. Da, da, da. And so anyway, so it was so bad. It was so embarrassing for my family that my mom was trying to reach my biological father because I didn't know him at the time. And she was going to send me to Austin. And, she didn't, she couldn't find him. And so she ended up putting me in a private school. That didn't last long. I went to a private school and everything just worked out. But see, I told my mom when I got older that, he only did that to me because he didn't want to be outed. And so y'all know he's still living, right? Now he's still living. Now he he's been in and out of prison on drugs. But the only thing that's stopping me from reading his motherfucking ass on Facebook is my mama. I told my mama, you better hope I leave before you, baby. You better hope that I leave before you. Because, baby, if you leave before me, 2 days, 3 days after they put you in the grave, bitch, I'm going. It's so many people I'm going to read in this motherfucking town. I'm going to let these girls have it. And then to all of these so-called DL men that used to call me gay back in the days, I'm getting their ass too. I ain't forgot. I ain't forgot. Oh yeah, but I know when I came back home, he was on Facebook. I said, "Hey, how you doing?" He blocked me. And here's the tea. Do y'all want this tea? Let me know if y'all want this tea. His son, listen, hiya. His son has the biggest church in my hometown. And I love him to death. That nigga can preach. And I went and told his best friend what happened. Oh, I'm not gonna say nothing to him. Now you know he went back and told his son what happened. You know he went back and told us, I don't give two fucks. You did what you did to me, I'm getting you back. It may take a while, but I'm getting you back. A big old church. And the nigga can preach. You put it like this, it take a lot for me to cry. And I went up to him and told him, I said, I know you don't know me, but my aunt used to go to your church before you became the pastor here. He's a young guy. He's not even, I don't think he's even 40 yet. Or he might be right at 40. And I said, my aunt used to go to church. Oh, that was your aunt. Matter of fact, I told him that about 2 months ago when I went to the Pastor White anniversary. Oh, I didn't know that was your aunt. I said, mm-hmm. And so I said, well, I remember when he not first got ordained, but I remember when he took over one of the biggest churches in my hometown. Thank you, fake name. Appreciate that. I'm going to tell you. So I said, I went up to him and I said, I'm going to tell you something. I said, I know you knew my father. Yeah, I knew your daddy. I knew your daddy. Your daddy was crazy. My daddy, my stepfather, all the craziness I get from him. Now, if my biological father was a clown, I don't know. I had to ask my niece and nephew and ask them. So, because I didn't meet him till later in life. So I went up to him and I told him, I said, hey, bro, you can preach. I said, you remind me of the old preachers from back. And he young, he got an old soul. He can hoop and holler. He know the word and he can preach. I said, it's a lot of churches. I don't even go to church in my hometown anymore because they boring. And they get mad when I tell them, ain't nobody coming to the church because the preachers are boring. The preachers are boring. Why would the young people want to come here? And that's why I stopped going to the holiness church in my hometown, because how you going to be the largest holiness church in this city, in this little town, and you don't even have a goddamn musician? When have you ever known the Church of God in Christ not to have a damn musician? Because they don't want to pay. You would rather, and then the preachers fall asleep up in the pulpit. Bitch, I can open up a Church of God in Christ and have that bitch packed. The only thing they can hold against me is that I'm gay. That's it. Because y'all are some boring ass churches. And my home church, Child, I don't even go there no more. Y'all got 3 members coming in here. Or either fire the preacher or fire somebody because ain't nobody coming. But yeah, so yeah, that was the only thing that happened to me was when he done that to me. And it was embarrassing. It was very embarrassing. But, I got through it. Now, I know they say every 4 to 6 hours, but am I supposed to breathe this in, y'all? Am I supposed to breathe it in? It's supposed to make me cough. Anyway, y'all ready for one more story time? I gotta tell y'all. Oh, child. See, I ain't never smoked crack, so I don't know how to do it. I'm sorry, I don't know how to do it. So I'm gonna tell y'all this story time. Yes, I've been to bathhouses in my lifetime. When I was younger. So I went to a bathhouse one night. We used to go to the bathhouses because we didn't have cars to get back home, and so therefore, oh, okay, all right. Well, okay. Well, I was coughing anyway because I got a cold. So anyway, bathhouses were the things to do back in the days. Bette Midler used to sing at bathhouses, and we would go to the bathhouses back in the day because we didn't have a ride home, and so that was, just because you go to a bathhouse doesn't mean you have to sleep with everybody in the bathhouse, but that's what we did. So I get there, and this guy walks in. Oh my God, yeah, like a cheap motel. This guy walks in. He was so goddamn fine. Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, and why he was attracted to me, I don't know. Y'all know I had to be real with y'all. Y'all know I gotta be honest. I'm gonna tell y'all exactly what happened. So he was like, "Hey, handsome over here. Hey." I said, "Can I be honest with you? What? I don't like doing stuff in bathhouses. I got a place. I got an apartment." Okay. He said, "Well, can we just talk for a little while?" Okay. So this mother walks in my motherfucking room and pulls out a what? A pipe. I said, no. Ain't gonna work. Well, it ain't gonna work. Do me a favor. You really want to be with me? Go throw that pipe away. Do you know that motherfucker went and threw that goddamn pipe? I swear on my mama, y'all. He went and threw the motherfucking pipe away. So I said, "Bro, how long you been doing this, bro?" Well, and he must have just started because you couldn't tell. And I felt sorry for him. I felt so sorry for him. I just wanted to be there, try to be there for him and talk to him. And, and y'all, when I tell y'all this, y'all are going to hang up on me when I tell y'all this. So I said, "Well, let's go back to my place." I said, "Because I don't want to, and I was attracted to him sexually, but I didn't want to do nothing in no bathhouse." And, everybody was like trying to get with him and stuff. And he said, "I want to be with you." I said, "Okay." So he said, "Well, how about we go back to my place?" This motherfucker lived in a penthouse downtown motherfucking Houston. He was a goddamn school teacher, principal or whatever. He was big time. This your place? You think I'm lying? When I get with my friend Chase, I'm gonna let Chase be honest because Chase came and picked me up. So I went to his house and we sat and we talked, and I said, "Dude, why are you doing it?" He said, "I don't know." Penthouse. Well, it was a penthouse. I don't know what it was. I know he was into schooling, and he lived. If anybody live in Houston, he lived over by this place in Houston called. It's a Mexican restaurant over in the Montrose area. I can't think of the name of the restaurant. It's a very popular Mexican restaurant in the Montrose area. He lived right over there by there. And if you live in the Montrose area, you know how expensive it is to live on? This motherfucker had a penthouse. So he could have been a damn. No, it wasn't Chewy's. It was ooh, I can't think of the name of that place. But anyway, um, so what? It might have also sold what's SM. He had money, and I was shocked. He dressed nice and everything. So we know we go back to the house and we pray. So we wake up and we pray again. And he was so attractive. I said, bro, I gotta be honest with you. I can't be with nobody to do drugs. Well, I'm trying to get clean. I said, bro, you finna lose everything in this house doing that shit. You finna lose everything. And he was like, yeah, I know. I said, well, what made you do it? I said, bro, look at me. I've never done this shit before. You know, I've never done it. I know, but I was trying it one night. And so anyway, here you go. This one I'm finna wear y'all out. So he said, when he woke up, he said, how did we get here? We called a cab taxi. Oh, well, I left my car at the spa. Good night, y'all. I swear to you, I'm not lying. I'm not lying. He was so fucking high. And I felt sorry for him more than wanted to sleep with him because I just felt sorry for him. You know, I was just wanted to be there for him because they would have used him in the bathhouse. They would have used him up. Somebody would have smoked crack with him. See, back in the day, they would let you smoke, you know, in the bathhouses and stuff. But then now they stopped all that. So they was smoking crack and weed and all that stuff back then. And so he would have met somebody at that bath. I've known people who've died in the motherfucking bathhouse. Died from doing drugs. And so I wanted to get him away from there, and he was so attractive. I have a picture of him, and but anyway, so he's like, I said, we called a cab over here. You got a fucking car? This bitch was in a Mercedes. He was so fucking high, he forgot he parked his car at the damn bathhouse. Oh, yeah. Boy, PT had been through some things. And I remember meeting a guy in DC one time, and this motherfucker, we was, you know, okay, I don't want to get too personal, but PT's not, I don't be on the bottom. PT's on top of everything, if you get what I'm saying. So, you know, so me and him doing what we do, and all of a sudden, I'm smelling something. This is in Atlanta. I'm smelling, I'm saying, bro, what is that? He had this, something like tape cleaner. I don't know what the fuck was. This motherfucker fell out on me. Like this. I'm like, bro, nigga, wake up, nigga, get up, nigga, please don't do this shit to me. Get up. I was crying and everything, y'all. Get up, dude, get up, dude. So I went, he had a dog, so I went and got his dog out the cage and had the dog come out, and the dog started coming in, sniffing on him and shit. Do you know that dude could have died on me? See, I didn't know he did that shit. If I'd have did, I would have never been with his motherfucking ass. I don't fuck around with people who do no drugs. Boy, PT done been through some shit, y'all. I have been through some shit in my lifetime. So the dog came and started sniffing. He woke up. I said, bro, you have a good life. I walked up and walked out. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, take care, Molly. I'm about to leave too, y'all. I really appreciate you guys for listening to my stories. I like telling my stories. I've been through some things in my life. You know, I didn't just pop up overnight. Uh, nah, no, he didn't die. He didn't die. He could have died, you know, but he didn't die. And so Rick is smiling. Who got the body? Did Blue got the body? Why don't come see y'all to come and tell me he's dead? But no, so no, he didn't die. But I never stopped. I didn't fuck with him. So it's a lot of guys I never did mess with because I know they did drugs and stuff. So I didn't fuck with them. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So anyway, y'all. So I'm home, and I do appreciate. Yeah, if he had died, I'd been in trouble. No, I wouldn't be because I would stayed there and told him what he did. Yeah, but they still might have put it on me, you know. So I have been covered by the blood. He died on top of me. You're a mess. Yes, I'm a survivor. Anyway, y'all have a good night. I'm gonna try to get some rest, and hopefully I'm back up and running again because I'm ready to make y'all laugh and smile and sing, and But I need y'all to do me a favor. I'm believing in my heart that first of all, if there's any writers out there, anybody out there who has some jokes they want me to, some ideas, I'm always up for ideas. Like really, seriously, I am. Because I say in the middle of next year, I want to be doing the improv comedy clubs. I want to be booked. I want my channel to grow. I want my channel to grow. And by the way, my channel is growing. Thank you to all of y'all. It is growing, and I want it to continue growing because I wanna do improv. It's not too late, bitch. It ain't too late. It's never too late. But I just waited too late to do what I'm doing now because I didn't want to do that. But I think because I dropped everything to come take care of my mom, I think that's why the Lord is blessing me with my channel and stuff. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So tag these people, tag Tyler Perry, tag Sherry Shepherd, tag all these people and tell them, say, y'all need to go check out PT. And I'll do my best to make sure when they come to my live, they're gonna get a ear and an eye full. Okay, y'all? All right. If y'all ever want to reach me, it's comedianpt@yahoo.com. COMEDIAN, comedianpt@yahoo.com. By the way, do y'all think I should do my skits on TikTok and YouTube, like both? Because okay. Okay, so starting next week, or maybe this week, I'm gonna set up. I have a TikTok already, so I'll start doing. What I'll do is I'll be on YouTube and TikTok at the same time. Yeah, okay. So I just want to let y'all know. Okay, I'll do both, but I can do both at the same time. Yeah. Okay, and yeah, okay, I got y'all. So yeah, I'm gonna start doing TikTok and YouTube at the same time. But I need all of y'all to come to my TikTok. So when I start doing TikTok, people can see me. So they'll see that I have a whole nother fan base that that come and support me over there. All right, y'all have a good night. I'm gonna get some rest. All right, talk to y'all later. Bye bye. Bye y'all.